Today marks the 5-year anniversary of the Nintendo Switch, which is... wow, now I feel old. But to celebrate the anniversary, I'm going to be ranking my top 5 favourite games on the console. This list will only be ranking Switch exclusives though, seeing as those are really the Switch games, and remember that this ranking list is all my opinion, so if you don't agree with it or have something else, then you can go down to the comments and put that there. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Age of Calamity is a game that is designed as a prequel to Breath of the Wild and adapts a more hack and slash style with 18 playable characters and 2 extra in the form of DLC. To be honest, I bought this game because of Breath of the Wild, but the gameplay is just pure fun, and the difference in playstyle between characters means that even after you 100% the game, there's still more to do. This game is amazing, and truly the only thing I can fault with it is how easy the levels become once you properly know how to play. However, Blood Moons can make them much harder, and the challenges I stream on my Twitch also make the game incredibly challenging. This game only came out just over a month ago, but I already think it's one of the best Pokemon games and definitely deserves its spot on this list. Legends Arceus took the Pokemon franchise and finally gave us what we all wanted, an open world Pokemon game. Now, admittedly, the open world mechanics aren't the best, but with 5 large open worlds to explore and a Pokédex that rewards you for catching more of the same Pokemon and training up different Pokemon, this is a game I can easily see myself playing for hundreds of hours.
Come on!
Mario Odyssey is by far the best Mario game that I've ever played. And although it is definitely a short game, it is an incredibly fun one. But even after you have completed the main game mode, there are still 800 individual moons to collect, and 2 extra unlockable areas, which are even harder to complete than the main game. And if you want to go into speedrunning, then you can play this game for possibly even thousands of hours. Which is why I believe that Super Mario Odyssey is the 3rd best game on the Nintendo Switch. I honestly believe that Smash Ultimate is the best fighting game ever made. I think this because it's a game that you can easily get into, but also a game that you can easily go into lots of depth with. This is because of how matches work, with players dying not by losing health, but by falling into areas called the Blast Zone on the edges of the arena. Each character also has a relatively small moveset, with only 14 moves. But with how well each character is designed and created, it means that even with these simple movesets, they can still do lots with them. And that's not even mentioning all the different modes that the game has and the amazing DLC that was added later down the line. Breath of the Wild is definitely my favourite game on the Switch, and one of my favourite games of all time. This is because not only does the game have great depth in pretty much every aspect of the gameplay, like the combat and the movement and so on, but mostly because of the open world. I find this open world so amazing because it is so empty, yet also so full. There's so many things to discover in the open world, but it can just look so desolate when you see it at a first glance. This open world is also made much better by the incredible physics engine that's put into the game. The physics engine just works so well in the way that you expect it to. Because not only does it work in a way that you would expect things to do in real life, like holding a stick next to a fire lights the stick on fire, but it also makes all of the made-up game mechanics work in the way that you expect them to work. So in the end, Breath of the Wild is a fun game to just play. Not even doing anything in the game, but just exploring the open world and maybe finding a new Korok that you never knew was there. Well, that was my top 5 games on the Nintendo Switch. And if you have a different top 5, then feel free to put them down in the comments section. But for now, that's all from me.